Hello everybody, this is Mr. Kusaj, and we're moving on to chapter 2-2, polynomial functions. Don't forget the date here. What does polynomial mean? It just means many terms, okay? We've already seen polynomial functions, but now we want to look at them a little closer. So here are some examples of polynomials, right? There's many terms here, there's many terms here, there's many terms here, okay? More than one. By many, we mean more than one. So we can classify them. This one is of degree 2 because the highest degree we see is 2, right? In this one, we look at the whole thing. The highest degree I see is 3. So we say this polynomial is of degree 3. This polynomial is of degree 3. No, because if you look closely, somebody mixed them up. The highest degree is 4. This polynomial is of degree 4. The leading term test. Just by looking at the leading term, which means the first term, okay, we can gather some information about the graph. We're not going to graph it, but we can gather some information about the graph, okay? So if you look at these graphs, notice a difference. This one goes infinity, negative infinity, right? This one goes infinity, negative infinity, but the other way around. This one goes both to positive infinity, and this one goes both to negative infinity. So these are the possibilities. And believe it or not, you can tell what your graph is going to do just by checking out the first term without graphing it. And you can do that by checking out the power. So if this power, right, the highest power in your whole polynomial, if this power is odd, then you're going to have positive and negative infinity. One going up, one going down. Right? One going up, one going down. But if your power is even, 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., then both ends, right, both endings are going to go to infinity. Same direction. Same direction. So odd, it splits like that. Even, they both go the same direction. But how do you know if it splits like this or like this? That's when you check out the coefficient here, the number in front of, right? So if your number is positive, then it's going to be this direction. Think of it like a positive slope. If your number is negative, right, then it's going to be like this. Think of it like the negative slope. Okay? Then over here, if both your ends are going the same direction, well, they're either going both up or both down. If your A, if this number is positive, then they're going both up. If your A is negative, if this number is negative, they're going both down. Okay? So in class, I'll show you some other ways that you can quickly remember this. But if you really think about it, it makes perfect sense. But the point is, just by looking at the polynomial, we can say something about the graph without seeing the graph. Right? Notice this one has even power, positive coefficient. Odd power, positive coefficient, right? So we can tell what that graph is going to look like before we even graph it. Okay? So here's an example. Okay, you are asked to describe the end behavior using the limits. That's how we describe the end behavior, right? Of this function. Where's the graph? That's the point. We don't need the graph. We just need to check the leading term. Okay? So notice that my power is even. That means both ends are going up or both of them going down. If you will allow me to use the fingers, they both go up or they both go down. Right? The ends. What about the middle? Okay, that's not what we're talking about here. We don't know what's going on in the middle. We are talking about the ends right now. That's all we can do is talk about the ends just by looking at the leading coefficient. So they're both up or both down. So which is it? Is it both up or both down? Well, this coefficient is positive, so they're both going up, right? So there you go. Whether x goes to the left or x goes to the right, the graph goes up, right? Up, correct? Like this. So whether your x goes this way to the left, it's going up, or your x goes to the right, the graph is going up. Either direction for x, the graph goes up. That's what I'm saying here. Either direction for x, the graph is going positive infinity, up forever. Okay? All right. So what I have here is another example. Let's look at this one. This one has an even power. Oh, wait. This is not the highest power, right? This is a degree 7 polynomial. So this is what we're looking at, right? We could rearrange it and take the time to rewrite it, but that's not necessary because we know we look for the highest power. That's what classifies a polynomial. So this is a degree 7, which is odd. Odd means one end up going and one end up going down. One up, one down. Now what we don't know yet is it's going this way or this way. Well, that's when you look at the number in the front here. It's negative, so remember, negative slope, it goes this direction. So on the left side, it's going up. On the right side, it's going down. So I could imagine the graph looking something like this. I don't know what's going on in the middle. I just know that the end, as x goes this way, my graph goes up and up and up. As x goes this way, my graph goes down, down, down. I got that information just by looking at the polynomial. Okay? So this graph could be totally wrong. I'm just illustrating what it could be. Right? So let me write it down. As x goes to the left and x goes to the right. As x goes to the left, my graph goes up. As x goes to the right, my graph goes down, negative infinity. Okay? Could you try these two problems? Try these two problems, and we'll start the lesson next time I see you with these two problems. So be careful, right? You look at the highest power, so you determine if the power is even or odd, and the coefficient, the number in front of it, if it's positive or negative on both of them. And then you use this type of notation to describe the ends, limit of the function as x goes to the left, limit of the function as x goes to the right. So you tell me what happens. What are the possibilities? Well, either positive infinity or negative infinity. Okay, so that's it for part 1. Move on to part 2, please. Don't put it off, okay? See ya.